The safest thing you can do is to take risks. The riskiest thing you can do is to play it safe. I think that this is a very cool quote by Seth Godin that shows very well what's the current situation of the world today. The world where change is the norm. The world where everything is changing very rapidly. And the thing about change is that change is scary. Change is not comfortable. Many people do not like change. In many of my presentations where I used to talk about social media and digital and all these things, I used to say that the world has changed. But that's not true. The truth is that it is constantly changing. And we need to understand that change is imminent. Change is imminent and it's essential to survival. And unless you embrace change, you're going to be in trouble. The great thing about change is that it's a big driver of innovation. And if we talk about innovation, we can spend hours talking about what is innovation, what is not. But today I want to focus on the fact of having a different approach. Because what I have noticed is that most of the organizations, most of the brands, their approach to innovation is that they have what I call incremental ideas. Meaning they are doing just small incremental changes to the product or the service. So they are making it a little bit bigger, or a little bit better, or faster, or thinner, or smaller. And this approach is it's very comfortable because you know what to expect. You know that your product today is going to change a little bit for the next version, and the next version is going to be a little bit different, and that's all. And the problem with this is that if you follow this path, if this is the only thing you do, sooner or later you might get to the point that you can no longer make these small incremental improvements. Or that there might happen a shift, or a new player will arrive and will take off all your users and all your customers. And if you think about it, this is a perfect example of what's happening, for example, with the record industry. The record industry didn't understand that we are going through a shift from owning products to accessing experiences. Today, I no longer need to buy a CD, or I don't even have to go to iTunes and buy the MP3 file. Today, thanks to services like Spotify, I can have access to the experience. And these are the kind of disruptive innovations that are changing the market, and we need to embrace them. Now, the first thing that many people do is right away they start thinking about technology. And technology, that comes later, that comes at the end. This is not the first thing that you need to focus. What you should focus is on changing the way you're thinking, changing your mindset, embracing what I call disruptive thinking. In other words, changing the way you think about competition and about the business you are in. Start asking, what if? What if, instead of doing what is expected, you take your business and you go in a different direction? What if? What if is the key to disruptive innovation? Which means taking your product, your service, your business in a completely different direction and winning not by doing things better, but by doing things differently. And before I continue, I want to talk a little bit about being different, because being different could also be connected with being weird or being bad or crappy. Being different is important, but also being good at what you do is important. And in this small matrix, you can see the relationship between good and different. I would say that most of the companies, most of the brands, most of the services are in the quadrant 1 and 4. They are either good but not different, or they are different but not good. And of course, the goal is for you to go to the second quadrant, where you are good and different. And if you look at the example of products and services and brands that are there, such as the iTunes or Google or Cirque du Soleil, all of them have one thing in common. All of them were based in disruptive thinking, and all of them were very disruptive in their industries. So, The second point I want to make is, again, it's not about technology, it's about your business model. You really need to go deep into your business model and start thinking how to do things differently. Once you understand what is your value proposition, what is your distribution channels, your partners, your relationship with your consumers, and you approach this from the bottom up, this is what is going to make the difference in your business. Not just making a little app or trying a gimmick. You really need to go deep into your business model. And to make a point of this, I want to share one of my favorite examples to show you that this is not just about technology. Let's talk about socks. When you buy socks, what do you expect? You expect that they come in pairs, and you expect that they match, right? Well, there's a little company in the States called Little Mismatch that actually asked, what if, instead of selling socks in packages, in pairs, we sell them in packages of 3? And what if none of them match? Now, probably I had the same reaction as you had, like, what a dumb idea. Well, this is a multi-million-dollar business. Girls 8 to 12-year-old are going crazy for these socks. And they are wearing them, and they are proud, and they are running around wearing mismatched socks. And as a result, all the girls 8 to 12-year-old are buying these socks. This is a multi-million-dollar business. And now they're going into furniture and toys, and everything started from what if we do something that is not expected. And okay, I made my point. It's not all about technology, but I think technology is really good, and digital technology represents a huge opportunity. And if you are able to embrace it and take advantage of it, you can do a lot of really great stuff. Now, when I start talking about digital, the first question that always comes up is, what the hell is digital? A lot of people think that digital is all about applications and mobile, and Facebook, and CRM, and all these, very nice buzzwords. And what I always like to say is that digital is, of course, these are elements of digital, but digital in reality is not a medium, but it's the air we're in. The world is digital. We are digital. People are digital. Think about it. All of us, we have access to a super mini computer in our pocket. Our phones are no longer just a phone. They are the remote control of our lives. And once we understand that mobile is not about phones, it's about mobility, it's about mobile humans. Once we understand this, is when we start being able to start taking advantage of this different way of thinking. Of course, talking about digital, these technologies are very disruptive. And if we connect disruptive technologies with disruptive trends, such as mobile, social, and real-time, oh yeah, this is when things start to get interesting. And here is the point where a lot of people start to get afraid. They start to get scared because, yes, technology, if we don't understand this technology, things get scary and we try to avoid this. And the little animated animals and puppies and bears and dancing bears and stuff, that's what you expect, right? Everybody's so happy that the toilet paper is so smooth and so long. That's what everybody does, right? Well, there is a brand in the States called Charmin that they did a very cool thing. They created a mobile app that shows you the location of the nearest toilet, public bathrooms. So imagine, you're in the middle of the street and you gotta go to the bathroom. You take your app and this gives you the location of the nearest bathroom. Even better, they tell you which one is clean and which one is dirty or not acceptable. The name of the application is Sit or Squat. Sit is green, Squat is red, avoid at all costs. And really interesting thing also is that all this is user generated. the users, the people using this application, are the ones rating this, adding the location based on the geolocation in their mobile phones. And they are the ones rating and commenting and giving all these stars and creating all this information. As a result, Charmy is adding a lot of value and actually is getting a lot of very goodwill. And maybe the next time you are buying your toilet paper or doing your groceries, you might reach for Charmy instead of your competitor. Doctors. If you're a hospital, what do you do to attract the best medicine doctors, the best medicine students? You might make a fair, or you might make some ads and posters, and really hope that these smart students will reach out and try to work with you. Well, in Australia, the army came up with a really cool idea. They created posters that had markers in which any medicine student could get the app on their phone and automatically start diagnosing the patient. So as you can see, you will go over, for example, all the picture, and you will be able to do X-ray, you will be able to see organ failure, you will have blood results, blood tests, and as a result, the piece of advertising became a core part of the recruitment process. Because all these students had the opportunity to prove that they knew what they were doing. And at the end of doing all the diagnosis, they will send it by pressing a button. And if the diagnosis was right, they will get a phone call right away and they will offer a scholarship. Cool, huh? Again, thinking differently. Carbonated water, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola for the last years has been focusing on the concept of happiness. Happiness is at the core of all their communications across the world. And happiness means a lot of different things to different people. For example, for young people, happiness means having access to the internet, being connected, having access to Facebook or figures. And in Brazil, they find out that Brazil is one of the countries with the lowest access to public Wi-Fi. So they create a machine called the happiness refill, which looks like a machine that you normally will stick your cup and get Coca-Cola. But actually what you do is you stick there your phone. And what you get free credits for internet access. Now, interestingly enough, this is not a telecommunications company. This is water with sugar. Again, doing things differently. Credit card payments. If you are a well-established business, if you are a store, you can accept credit cards, right? Well, what if anybody could accept credit cards? It's a small white square that all you need to do is when you get it, you get an account on Square, you plug it to your iPhone, you plug it to your iPad, you're in business. What does this mean? It means that you can be a freelancer, it means that you can be a yoga instructor, it means that you can be a part-time Spanish teacher, and you can accept credit cards. Nice, huh? But interestingly enough also, big businesses are embracing these technologies. In the States, every single Starbucks uses Square. And again, this was not created by MasterCard or Visa or American Express. This was created by one of the founders of Twitter. Again, new players arriving and doing things differently. Probably you know about this case, but I like showing it because always there is the one person that goes, oh, how cool. Shopping. Buying groceries. In South Korea is probably one of the countries with the hardest working people in the world. meaning most of the people do not have time to do grocery shopping. They go straight from work, home, and all the time doing the same thing. So Tesco, which in South Korea is called Plus, instead of doing what's expected, meaning doing more TV ads to bring people to the store, they ask themselves, okay, what if instead of trying to bring people to the stores, we bring the stores to the people? And they created stores on the tunnels of the subway. Basically, they printed all the products that you can find in a Tesco Plus store and put them all over the subway. So when people were coming back from work, all the thing they had to do is grab a phone, scan the things that they want to buy, press one button, and probably by the time they get home, their groceries arrive. Again, thinking differently. Mobile ads. I have a question. How many of you really enjoy getting ads on your phone when you are using an application? How many of you do? One. Probably you're a mobile app developer. There you go. Not many people. The problem with mobile ads is that sometimes they are annoying, right? You are trying to play a game or you're trying to do something and you have the text right there in front of you. They're not good. A company in the States called Keep came up with an idea. What if, instead of annoying people or interrupting people with our ads, what if, instead of annoying them, we reward them? And what they did is they start partnering with game developers. And what it is when you're playing a game, if you accomplish something or you get a great score or something, you get a coupon. Now, the coupon is from an advertiser. So all of a sudden, you are not getting annoyed with an ad, but you are getting rewarded because you have accomplished something on the game. And as a result, everybody's happy. The advertiser is happy because people are really embracing these coupons and the conversion rates are tremendous in comparison with the really, really low conversion rate that you get from a normal ad. The game developers are happy because they are getting extra money. And the user is happy because not only you're playing Farmville, who plays Farmville? But okay, no, you're not only playing Farmville, you're getting a free latte at Starbucks. Again, thinking differently. You need to embrace disruption. Second, you need to invest. And interestingly enough, when you use digital technologies, a lot of people think that, oh my God, this is so expensive. You need to invest a lot of money. No. You can invest a little and learn a lot. And if you start experimenting and trying, and you adopt this philosophy of testing and learning, and testing and learning, and you try something and it works, you keep doing it. You try it again, it doesn't work, you take it away. If you start experimenting, that's how you start learning. But you really need to do this. And again, the great thing about digital is that changes could be minimal, and they are not that expensive. If you make a huge billboard and you put it on the biggest building in your city, and there is a typo, you're screwed. The big money is gone, and you can do nothing about it. With digital, it's different. You can make small changes, and that's how you can learn what works and what doesn't work. One thing that I always suggest to my clients is, when you're investing, you need to allocate your money wisely. So I'm not saying big revolution, get rid of your budget and put everything into digital, because that's not the right thing to do. What I suggest is something like this: 60% of your budget allocated in something that is proven to you. If TV ads work for you, fantastic, keep doing them. If radio works, awesome, don't stop. But also start experimenting with new things. 30% put into proving models. Something like social media. Social media is already a proving model that people understand that it's here to stay and you really need to take advantage of it. So start investing on it. And the last 10% is also very important. You need to start testing new models, things that are not widely available yet. Why? Because 6 months from now, a year from now, 18 months from now, those new models are going to be the proving technologies. And if you are already there, if you're already trying and testing and getting your hands dirty there, you're going to be ahead of your competitors. But you really need to start doing this. Number 3, develop a sense of urgency. It freaking kills me to see companies meeting and meeting again and organizing conf calls to talk about change and understanding that things are changing and we need to do something. Okay, let's arrange a conf call next week. And nothing happens. I see it time and time again, and I see it, big organizations especially, but also at the smaller level. And you need to develop this sense of urgency across the entire organization, because very often, president, managing directors, they know what's happening and they care about it, so they are moving fast. But then you have people at lower levels and they are just, doing nothing about it. So you really need to work on developing a sense of urgency across the organization. Number 4, get rid of silo thinking. I see this very often in both agencies and on the client side. This division between traditional and digital. Yeah, I'm a traditional, I do traditional PR, and this guy is doing interactive, and EPR, whatever the hell that means. There's no such thing as a PR, but okay. And making this division, it's no longer possible. The problem is that when you are separating stuff, and you are making division between traditional and digital, you are also separating responsibilities. And then you have the factor of, us versus them, or my clients and their clients. And if your entire organization works like this, you're going to be in trouble. Because also, this gives people a great excuse not to learn about digital and not to get involved. I will never forget, I had a meeting, I was working with an agency, and we were doing some strategy with elements connected to mobile and digital. And I turned to the account executive and I asked her opinion. I say, what do you do? What do you think about this? And she was like, I don't know, I am just an account executive, I don't know anything about digital. I was like, come on, give me your opinion, you cannot make this division that I don't know, I don't know anything about digital. As Per Hackinson says, there is no such thing as digital natives. It all comes down to people being open to learn. So, really work on getting your people open to learn. And the last one, get everybody involved. Get everybody involved at all levels of your organization, all the way from the top to all the way to the bottom. Stop this way of working that, only the creative director can have creative ideas, or only the vice president of marketing can do stuff connected with marketing. You need to get the entire organization on board. And this goes also across functions. Last month, I was in Dubai, and I was meeting with the marketing executives of one of the largest hospitality groups in the region. And we were talking about digital and marketing and social media and all this stuff, and they were like, yeah, we get it. Yes, we are doing this, and we're trying this on Twitter and mobile, and that, it's fantastic. The only problem is, our financial director doesn't get it, and they don't care. And our sales managers, well, they know that we are doing stuff on this, whatever. And this is a problem, because I believe we can no longer work in a world that, the marketing guys are over there in the corner doing some stuff, and the finance directors are over there, and everybody's just doing their own thing. Creative ideas, disruptive ideas can come from anywhere in the organization. So you really need to embrace that at all levels. And to wrap it up, like I say, change is imminent. Change is hard. Change is scary. But we need to embrace it, and we need to understand that whether we like it or not, we really need to adapt, and we need to embrace change. Otherwise, as General Ericsson says, if you don't like change, you're going to like irrelevance even less. So, thank you very much. My name is Hernandez. Thank you for this presentation. One thing can you show, just time for my ad, man. Wait. Over here you see the Digital Loop, the digitalloop.co. It's a weekly show that I have online and also in the podcast, in which we talk every week about everything connected with digital. So if you're interested to get to know more about this, we talk about digital, mobile, innovation. Just come out, check it out. And once again, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.